I am out here testing out the Granite Gear X60, taking a walk at the park. I had a few extra hours today, so I thought I'd come out here and see what was going on and try out the pack. I didn't have a lot of my gear with me and I was in kind of a hurry, so I actually just loaded it up with whatever clothes I had in the trunk of my car and my bug out bag, which is really just a small backpack with a bunch of heavy stuff in it. So the pack's probably weighing in at around 15 pounds right now. Not bad. The ride is pretty decent. It's actually putting a little bit more pressure on my lower back than I expected that it would. It's like I said in the video, it's a pretty flat back. Definitely not a lot of airflow back there. It's about 65 degrees out here, so I'm fairly cool, but my back is definitely hot. And it's gonna start sweating, and then I'm gonna find out if this cool air is actually getting back there or not. So I'm gonna try to get moving, work some sweat up, get warm, see how she does. All right, well, I've been walking about a half hour now. I feel like I've achieved equilibrium temperature-wise. I don't feel hot or cold right now. The temperature says it's in the low 50s. I don't really buy that. It feels like maybe the mid 60s to me out here, but I don't know. So I'm definitely warm. Back is hot. Not a lot of airflow going on back there. The pack is riding fine. It's a little uncomfortable in the front straps. Padding-wise, it feels real good. I'm just not super happy about the airflow back there. The back's getting hot, and that's the only complaint so far. You know, ever since I decided to walk the Camino, I've tried to see pretty much everything that happens to me as training. If it's raining outside, that's training for wet weather hiking and gear. If it's hot, if it's cold, if I need to be patient about something, everything is getting you ready if you think about it as training. So for example, right now, I've got the full-size camera out, some of the gear that I might bring along with me as far as photography goes, and I'm basically just seeing how it works out. So if you've seen my camera gear video, I've got the little Zenvo tripod, and I've got my Panasonic camera, and I'm noticing how heavy it is right now, holding it out there. I'm just seeing how smooth things are. Can I hand hold the camera well enough to get decent video, or is that going to be a problem? All right, well, I have been going for a solid hour now without stopping. For reference, there has been a light breeze blowing. I don't feel sweaty on my arms. The front of my shirt is dry, pants dry. I've definitely been sweating, but everything has been pretty much whipped away by the wind. So let's see what it is like under the pack. Wow, oh my gosh. Yeah, my shirt is absolutely soaked. This is, even though it's a quick drying, wicking material, my back is frozen right now. This is crazy. I mean, seriously, the front of my shirt is completely bone dry. It feels like I just pulled it out of a closet, and the back feels like I dumped it in a bucket of water. As much as I like the Granite Gear Crown X60, if you're a hot-blooded hiker like I am, and you'd get a little sweaty, this thing is going to soak right through your back, and that's just going to be what you're walking with. I wouldn't say it ever really got to the point of being uncomfortable, but again, it's pretty much the perfect temperature out here for a hike. All right, so I stopped for about 15 minutes, dried off, and decided to pull the pack frame out of its holder back there, if you can see it. So I'm carrying it in the back now, just seeing how the pack rides without the frame in it, and I gotta say, honestly, it feels very comfortable. I didn't tell that much of a difference to begin with, and I think really it almost feels more comfortable. Of course, that might just be because I took a 15-minute break and I just got the pack back on. But we'll see how it rides for the next hour. All right, so without the frame, now that I've been walking a while, the pack has definitely settled a little bit. My stuff is kind of more evenly distributed across my back. I feel like there's something of a bulge in the pack, kind of going from lower back, where it was mostly concentrated earlier, riding up about halfway up my back. So it is different. I feel like the load has kind of sagged a bit, like most of it is kind of in the bottom 2/3 of the bag instead of more evenly distributed, which is how it felt with the frame in it. So not terrible. I could definitely do this, but I think it did feel a little bit better with the frame in it. It's been about another half hour walking with the pack. Day's warming up a little bit. I'm pretty much at perfect balance with nature right now, except my back. My back is uncomfortably warm. So I've even turned sideways a couple times into the wind to try to give it the opportunity to cool my back off. It's just not happening. The air does not reach my back at all. So if I was hot right now, if this breeze stopped, or if it was in maybe the 80s instead of the 60s, I think my back would feel like a frying pan. As much as I like all the features of this pack, I feel like this might be a deal killer for me. I'm just really not sure I want to deal with a pack that I know is going to be this hot. I mean, I am absolutely drenched in sweat back there, even though the rest of me feels great. And I know I'm hiking in the sun right now, but again, the weather is pretty mild, got a cool breeze, and it is just not touching my back. I don't really remember even noticing back heat in the previous packs that I've tried, but I was doing very different things in different temperatures, and to be honest, I was kind of expecting this with this pack simply because of the way it was built. So I might have come into this hike with a bit of prejudice, already looking for signs of a hot back and no wind, but I have to say that those expectations were met. I really like this pack. I love the features, I love the adaptability, I love the fact that you can change out various items as if they're accessories that usually don't even come off other packs. It's a great size. I love the ability to expand or contract the pack, the big pockets, the adjustable belt, the removable lid, the ability to turn that whole system into a lumbar pack, and the fact that it just shrinks down to practically nothing if you don't need it. These are all very good features. Plus, I got this pack for $100, brand new, including shipping, and it only weighs 40 ounces. So on paper, this pack is basically perfect. But I need to get over the issue of the back heat. And I think the only way I'm going to do that is to find out whether or not I feel the same way with something more like the Gregory or an Osprey that have the trampoline mesh. So we'll see.